Nobody wanted this 95-pound Doberman. Returned 4 times, labeled aggressive, uncontrollable, a lost cause. Every trainer who met him said the same thing: this dog will never be safe around children. But then, a 2-year-old girl did something that left everyone frozen. And what happened 3 months later? It proved every expert wrong. His name was Titan. Jet black coat, ears that stood like daggers, eyes so intense that grown men would step back when he looked at them. He was beautiful, he was powerful, and for 912 days, he sat alone in a concrete kennel, watching families choose every dog but him. The first family returned him after 6 days. Too much energy, they said. The second lasted 2 weeks before calling him unpredictable. The third family? They brought him back the same afternoon, claiming he showed his teeth to their 8-year-old son. The fourth family didn't even make it home. They turned around in the shelter parking lot. Would you have given him a 5th chance? The shelter staff stopped putting his photo on adoption posts, not because they didn't care, because watching families reject him over and over was breaking their hearts. Here's something most people don't understand about Dobermans. They're not born aggressive. They're born loyal, fiercely, dangerously loyal. But when that loyalty has nowhere to go, when there's no family to protect, it turns into something else: anxiety, fear, desperation. By the time Emma and Marcus walked through those shelter doors, Titan had stopped hoping. Emma was a single mother. Her daughter, Lily, was 2 years old, barely talking, still learning to walk without falling. Marcus, Emma's brother, thought she was insane. You want to bring a rejected Doberman home to your toddler? Are you listening to yourself? But Emma saw something no one else did. She knelt down in front of Titan's cage, and instead of barking or lunging like the shelter warned he might, Titan did something strange. He lay down, pressed his body flat against the concrete, and he waited. Why does he do that? Emma asked. The shelter worker's voice was quiet. Submission. He's been rejected so many times, he doesn't even try anymore. Emma didn't think twice. We'll take him. The first 3 weeks were chaos. Titan didn't know how to be a house dog. He paced the hallway at night. He flinched every time someone raised their voice. He wouldn't eat unless Emma sat next to his bowl. But here's what nobody expected. Around Lily, Titan was different. When Lily crawled toward the stairs, Titan would lie down in front of them, blocking her path. When she cried, he'd press his nose to her hand and stay there until she stopped. When strangers approached them at the park, Titan would position himself between them and Lily without a single growl, just presence, just protection. Look, if you're still watching but haven't hit that subscribe button yet, I'm genuinely confused. These are the stories that need to be told, the ones nobody else is sharing. Click it, you'll want to see where this goes. Weeks turned into months. Titan and Lily became inseparable. Every morning at 6:30, Titan would walk to Lily's room and wait outside until she woke up. When she learned to stand, he stood beside her. When she took her first steps, Titan walked so close that she used his back to steady herself. But the moment that changed everything happened on a Saturday afternoon in November. Emma was in the kitchen. Lily was playing in the living room, or so she thought. The house was quiet, too quiet. Emma called Lily's name, no answer. She walked to the living room and froze. Lily wasn't there. The front door was cracked open. Emma's heart stopped. Their house was on a busy street. Cars passed every few seconds, going 45 miles per hour. She ran outside, her mind spinning through every nightmare scenario a mother could imagine. And then she saw him. Titan was standing in the middle of the driveway. Lily was behind him, sitting on the concrete, completely calm. And in front of Titan, a car stopped. The driver was still inside, gripping the steering wheel, eyes wide. Titan hadn't moved. He was standing between the car and Lily like a living barricade, his body rigid, his eyes locked on the vehicle. The driver slowly rolled down his window. His voice was shaking. "I didn't see her. I swear I didn't see her until he stepped in front of my car." Titan had seen Lily crawl out the door, had followed her, had positioned himself directly in the path of an oncoming vehicle to stop it. The same dog that 4 families called dangerous, the same dog that experts said could never be trusted. He had just saved a little girl's life. Emma dropped to her knees and wrapped her arms around Titan. She didn't say anything. She couldn't, but Titan leaned into her, his tail wagging for the first time since the day she brought him home. That night, Marcus came over. He sat on the floor next to Titan and just stared at him. "I was wrong," he finally said. "You weren't broken, you were just waiting for her." Here's what nobody tells you about rescue dogs. They're not damaged, they're not lost causes, they're just waiting for someone to see them the way they actually are. Titan didn't need training, he didn't need fixing, he needed a purpose. And the moment he found it, everything else fell into place. Today, Lily is 4 years old. Titan is 8. They're still inseparable. She practices reading by reading to him. He sleeps at the foot of her bed every single night. And that shelter kennel where Titan spent 912 days alone, it's been repainted and given to another dog waiting for their chance. Emma started sharing their story online, not for fame, not for attention, because other families needed to hear it. Within weeks, her inbox flooded with messages. "You inspired me to adopt a senior dog. We just brought home a Doberman everyone said was aggressive. Thank you for showing us what second chances look like." 3 months after Titan saved Lily, something beautiful happened. The shelter called Emma. They wanted to feature Titan's story in their adoption campaign. The dog who spent nearly 3 years unwanted became the face of hope for hundreds of other rejected animals. His photo went up on billboards across the city with one simple message: rejected 4 times, saved 1 life. Every dog deserves their Lily. And here's the part that breaks me every single time. Last month, on Titan's 8th birthday, Lily made him a card. She can't write much yet, but she drew a picture, a little girl holding hands with a big black dog. Underneath, in shaky toddler handwriting, she wrote 3 words: "My best friend." Titan still has that card. Emma framed it and hung it next to his bed because some bonds can't be explained by science or training manuals. Some bonds are just meant to be. Because sometimes the ones the world gives up on become the ones who save us. Is this loyalty or instinct? Would you trust a rejected dog with your child?